Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I was a bit sick last week, so I could not upload more videos. Today also I'm not exactly 100%, but I was really missing filming, so I thought of sitting down and filming one video for you guys. So today we are going to do a little demo of this new Colourpop palette which I have purchased. I'm really excited about this, so I really wanted to film this today. So this is the new Colourpop It's My Pleasure palette, and yes, my Colourpop order has come and I have ordered a few lipsticks, and I've also ordered the Colourpop concealer. I already have the concealer, but my concealer has somehow gotten a little bad. It's smelling a little bit weird, so I have ordered another concealer. So those are the three things I have purchased. For the lipsticks I will do another video, and also I'm going to demo out this new Hourglass blush. I ordered this one in February as well. This is a Hourglass Lunar edition, special limited edition blush, and many of you guys were interested and curious about this, so I thought I will just demo it on my face so that you can make a better decision. So without much further ado, let's quickly get started with today's video. Okay guys, so I already have most of my face makeup done. I have done my base, I have applied a little bit of bronzer, I've done my brows, and I have applied a lipstick as well. The lipstick which I've used is the Sephora Cream Lipstick in the shade 8-6. And whenever there is some purple involved, I like to wear this lipstick. I think it looks really pretty with any kind of purpley looks. It has a nice pinky mauvey undertone to it. And I haven't applied any kind of blush or highlighter because I will be using this product so that you get a better idea of how this product looks. So yeah, let's get started with the eyeshadow palette first. So this is the eyeshadow palette. You guys know how much I love purple. I don't know if it looks the best on me, but I just love wearing it, so I go for it. So this is how the palette looks like. I will give you a close-up here as well. It's a really beautiful palette. The color scheme is very pretty. There are 4 mattes in this palette. One matte has a bit of glitter in it, and there are 5 shimmer shades, so you get a ton of shimmers, and all of the shimmers have a nice variety. Some of them are duochrome. They are just absolutely beautiful. If I have to say one word for this palette, I will say go get it. If you love a purple palette, this is an absolutely beautiful palette from Colourpop. I'll just say that. I love all the shades in the palette. They work great. I was actually very surprised with some of the duochromes because I felt like they may be chunky or they will not be that smooth, but all of them are just beautiful, smooth duochrome shades. And the mattes are also really nice. There is a ton of fallout with the mattes, so highly advisable to do the eye look first before going into the mattes because you will have some fallout. But today I have already done the base makeup, so we'll see how it goes. This palette is very similar to this palette, the Huda Beauty Obsession palette. This also is one of my favorite palettes. It is so beautiful. I will show you the comparison of these two palettes once on the screen so that you can see. Here are the two palettes side by side. You will see at first glance there are a lot of similarities. I would say 50% of the palette is similar to each other, and there are just few unique shades here and there. If I have to be very honest, I would just say go for the Colourpop one. Both of the palettes are really beautiful, but you don't really wear purple looks all the time. So if you really want to try purple, I would just say go for the Colourpop one. It is an amazing quality palette. The Huda palette is also really nice, very good quality. The fallout in this much is not as much as what you get in the Colourpop one, and the shimmers are also really pretty. But somehow, I don't know, I feel like somehow the shades in this one are more intensified or is the same level as the Huda one, so you might just well buy the Colourpop one. In the Huda one, I think one shadow which you get different is this like a burgundy plummy sort of a shade, this shimmer shade which is different, and this light like a champagne pink sort of a shade which is different if I'm not wrong. But most of the shades which you get in both the palettes are very similar. So I will be doing a post of these two palette comparisons on my blog where you can see the swatch comparison. So I'm not doing swatch comparison in this video. I think it will be much more easier to see the pictures side by side and see swatches. So I'll do that, all of that on my blog, and I will have that in the description box. I'm hoping that I'll be done with the post by the time I am uploading this video, so that you can go ahead and see the swatches. But yes, very similar palettes, and honestly I don't think you need both of them. You can have just one of them. And if you want to go for the more affordable option, this It's My Pleasure palette is also amazing quality. Before we proceed further, let me just quickly show you the swatches of the palette. So the first row has the shade Kitten Fish, which is a light pink sort of a shade, Do or Do, which is a purpley duochrome, and Pretty Cruel. The second row of the palette has Bare Minimum, Earth Shine, and Chick Lit. All of them are shimmer shadows. The third row has Mr. Sandman, which is a very pretty duochrome, Fan Fiction, and Sleeper. Fan Fiction and Sleeper are matte shades. Okay, so now let's just quickly go ahead and create the eye look. For this eye look, I'm planning to use these three colors here and these matte shades. I've also done an eye look which I will show you on the screen right now, where I have used this shade, this purpley duochrome, and Mr. Sandman, which is also a duochrome which I used at the center of the lid. And I've used these matte shades, this one, and this one. And yeah, that's pretty much it, what I have used for the other eye look. And today I'm going to predominantly focus on these three colors. Okay girls, let's get started. So I've already applied the primer. The primer which I've used is the Essence I Heart Eyeshadow I Heart Color Intensifying Eyeshadow Base. And this is the primer which I use most of the time. So let's go into this palette. First I will apply this light pink purpley sort of a shade. As my transition, I haven't set my primer, and without setting the primer also, this palette works great for me. So that's what I'm doing. And this matte shade is really nicely pigmented. As you can see, even on my skin tone, it doesn't really need a lot of build up. I think if I just go into the shadow 2-3 times, I get the desired intensity. So this shadow name is called Fan Fiction. We are doing a very simple eye look just to show you the colors on the eyes. Okay, next we are going to go with the deeper shade, the shade Sleeper. And I'm using the brushes which I used yesterday, so the same shades are on the brushes, so it's fine. And I'll just apply towards the outer V and deepen up. So you can see how nicely pigmented these are. And if you just tap off the brush, you're not going to get too much of a fallout. But yes, there is quite a lot of fallout. I was trying it the other day by not tapping off the excess, and I got a lot of fallout. So just be careful. Since I've already applied some foundation, I will have to be extra careful that I don't have fallout. I'll just take it into the crease a little bit. There's a little bit of patchiness here, but I think it's totally fixable. Just go over it and blend it out. And it's blended, fixed. Okay, I've laid down the matte shades, and now let's go into the shimmers. So beautiful. I just love looking at these shimmers. All of them, most of them have a duochrome vibe, so there are like different intensity, different colors, really pretty. So we are going to go in this shimmer first, this plummy burgundy shimmer shade, and I'm going to apply it pretty much everywhere, but I'll not go too much here, because there I want to apply the deeper color, and you just get really nice color payoff with your fingers. So I just use my fingers. I think these shimmers are also really nice and smooth and soft, so you'll get good color payoff with the brushes as well. And the shadows are not at all difficult to work with, so you can get the eye looks really quickly. That's all I'm going to do with this shimmer. Next I'm going to take this deeper shimmer and go in the, not exactly the outer V, just this portion, just to blend out the matte shadow with the shimmer we just laid down. So this will be like the bridge between the matte and the previous shimmer shade. So you'll get a little bit of this violet purpley look. I'm taking a very tiny brush and just blending out the edges so that the shadows blend into each other and then they don't look that stark. And I'll also build up the deeper matte shade a little bit, just to blend out the purple into the matte. So this is the kind of gradient I'm looking for, and I'm pretty happy with what I've got. I will apply some shadow to the inner corners. I'll apply Earth Shine, which is like a lighter duochrome shade, like a pinky purple duochrome shade. And I think we need a little bit of lightness towards this area. And I'll take that a little bit inside. And this look may feel like a lot, but for events or parties, this will look beautiful. It will look really, really nice with the right costume, right accessories, right jewelry. You're going to rock this look. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do. I will just blend out the edges one more time. I think what we have here is pretty good. It has blended out really nicely. I don't have a brow bone highlight shade in this palette, so I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to highlight the brow bone. I got a little bit of fallout, just a tad bit, because I did not tap off the excess at one point. But that's about it. I just lined the lower lash line with this shade right here. I've already applied kajal and tight lined my upper waterline. Okay, that's the finished eye look. Let me just apply liner, mascara and be right back. So I have applied my liner and mascara, and now my eye look looks more put together, and this is a more deeper look than the previous eye look I showed you, which was a little bit lighter, where I had used this shadow. And in this eye look, since we used this deeper eggplanty sort of a purple, this look has turned out a little bit more deeper. I like both the looks. So this is the look I created with this palette. Now let's quickly jump onto the blush I want to demo. Let's finish up our look with some blush. I already have the lipstick on. So for blush, I'm going to use this Hourglass blush and just demo it out. I'm not really sure if this is going to go with the look or not, but this is the new ambient lighting blush from Hourglass, and it is the Lunar New Year special edition blush. So this is how the packaging is. When I saw this this blush the first time, I was so excited. I really love the Hourglass blush formula. I have 3 of them, but I think only one of them works really well on my skin tone. And when I seen the pictures of this, I thought that okay, this is like a perfect blush for me. It's going to look a really beautiful, deep, corally, pinky, reddish sort of a blush. I'll give you a close-up first. So this is how the blush looks like. It's I don't know if you can tell, it's sort of has a reddish pinkish hue to it, but when you apply it on the cheeks, it's actually like a light pink blush. So I was a little bit kind of disappointed, because I was expecting this to be a little bit more vibrant on the cheeks, like a little bit more corally reddish vibes, because the pictures look like as if it's going to be a deep reddish corally sort of a blush. But it's not very deep, it's not very vibrant. It's the usual traditional Hourglass vibe. It's a very subtle pinky sort of a blush, and it doesn't have any reddish corally tones or anything. It's sort of like a pink blush. So I do like it. It's a very nice subtle blush, but I was just expecting something else, so I was a little bit disappointed. But the blush itself is really pretty. So I will just apply it and show you guys. Okay, so here we go. I will take this brush from Zoeva. It's a face finish brush, a petite face finish brush 111, and I will take a little bit of the blush. I usually like swirling where the darker areas are. It looks a little bit more intense and scary in the pan, but I was hoping that it will be a little bit more vibrant on the cheeks, but it's not scary at all. So here is one actually really subtle pink blush. I don't know if the camera is picking up correctly. I don't know if you can tell. In real life, it actually looks really pretty. Very subtle pink. And it has a nice sheen to it. There is no glitter, no shimmer, no chunkiness, nothing. Just it's a nice sheen on the cheeks. So with these blushes, you don't really need a highlighter. I'm not going to apply any highlighter. I've already applied bronzer, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So I think that's my finished makeup look. I think the Hourglass blush actually goes really well with this eye look, and it's giving a nice glow to the face, and I like glow. So I'm quite happy with the palette it's an amazing quality palette. If you are considering getting the Colourpop It's My Pleasure palette, highly recommend. I will have more details, swatches, pictures, everything on my blog, so just go ahead and visit the link below. You can check all the details on my blog. And the blush also is really nice. It depends on you, what's your preference, what kind of color you're looking for. For now I am quite happy with the blush. It does show up on my skin, but it's not very vibrant as the pictures. It's very subtle, so I think you'll have to make your own decision if you want to get it or not. So yeah, I think that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this little demo of these two products and it was helpful, and I feel like I need to keep quiet now, and I think I can't talk anymore. If you like this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're watching me for the first time, I really hope you'll consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.